Good afternoon, episode 34 on excerpt from my five ebooks. My name is Oluwabori. I'm a book cover designer and consultant, and yes, I've made it a duty or a point of duty to always show up live here concerning my upcoming five new ebooks. Yes, I've been working on five amazing ebooks for authors and would-be authors on how to navigate their way through to publishing their books without ease, with ease rather than without challenge or of any kind. And so far today makes it 34 days of me coming up live every 2 p.m. West African time to share with you all excerpts from each chapter of the five ebooks. So far, we shared excerpts from two of the five ebooks, and currently we've been sharing excerpts rather from the third ebook, and it's titled Book Writing Formula. Book Writing Formula is meant for authors and first-time authors, aspiring authors who would want to not just write a book, but not just write a book, but write a complete manuscript. Okay, because like I said, it's one thing to write your manuscript, it's another thing to complete it. Most times 7 out of 10 authors from our research that we carried out at Purple Publishing do usually write their manuscript but do not get to complete their manuscript. So if you have been in a situation whereby you wrote a manuscript one time and your editor or your publisher gets to return it back to you saying that you did not include a part of the manuscript in there, then you know that you need to get book writing formulas so that you can get to learn more on how to not just write your manuscript next time, but write and complete your manuscript. So book writing formula analyzes the different parts of the manuscript, explaining them in simple terms, and providing templates as well to guide you in writing your own. And it's applicable to both fiction writers and non-fiction writers. So if you're a fiction writer, then definitely book writing formula would help you, and if you're a non-fiction writer, book writing formula is also here to help you. And currently the book is on pre-order for just 1,000 naira. After October 31st, pre-order will be over and the price will go back to 2,500. And if you are just like me, like to save up a lot, you want to save money, this is the period where we have to be financially prudent. You want to go for five of the five ebooks for a discount of 1,000 naira. So it means instead of paying 5,000 naira, you pay 4,000 naira, you get to save up 1,000 naira. So imagine if you be getting that after the period is over. That's like a whooping 2,500 in 5 places. So it's a lot, right? Okay, so that's just it. So it's better you take action now that you can. And so today I'm going to be sharing excerpt from chapter 5. I guess I'm right. Chapter 5. Yesterday I spoke extensively on the acknowledgement page. Yes, I did. I spoke extensively on the acknowledgement page as to why the acknowledgement page is also an important part of your manuscript and why you need to write it. And then I talked about the people that you can acknowledge the people can acknowledge or appraise or honor in your acknowledgement page. I wrote them out, I listed them out rather here yesterday. So today I'm going to be sharing excerpt from chapter 5 that talks about the introduction page. Now, although introduction is not really compulsory, okay, because after all those other parts that we've mentioned or we've discussed on this live show in the past, you can just want to go straight into the content or the body of the book itself, of your manuscript. You can start with chapter 1, and from there you proceed to talk about every other thing you want to discuss. But even though the introduction is not compulsory, it's also an important part, a necessary part of your manuscript. Okay, and the introduction page is just where you move away from telling the reader, where you get to tell the reader what the book is about or what they are to expect from the book. It is where you begin to set the tone for your book's message. Okay, so it's like the introduction, like the name implies, it's where you're going to be introducing your reader to what they are to what they are going to be seeing or what they are going to be reading in the forthcoming pages, like, or the subsequent chapters that they're going to be reading. So that's what the introduction is. So you're introducing or welcoming your reader ahead of time to telling them about the things that they should expect to read or to see or to learn or gain as they proceed on to read next chapters of the book. So that's what the introduction is. So it's where you tell them what the book is about, and what they are to expect from the book. Now, telling them what the book is all about is not like you are going to disclose everything 100%. Of course, you want to leave them with clues and hints that they will be so curious about, to know how it ended, what happened, who are the characters, or even to know, okay, fine, what is the solution exactly that this author wants to offer me to this problem that he or she says he wants to solve. So they will want to be very eager to just dive into it and begin to consume the content of your book. And your introduction page, it's like I said, it sets the tone for your book's message. So for some people, for some book readers, they can get discouraged, or they can make their decision not to read your book anymore once they go through your introduction page. So if on going through your introduction page they realize that this doesn't sound like what I want to read, some of them might stop reading. So it depends on the reader. There are different kinds of reader. People read books for different reasons. People have different preferences that makes them to want to read a book. Some people will tell you, I do not read, I do not like soft copy books, ebooks. I prefer hard copies. And if you ask them for that, why do you do that? Why would you do that rather? They will tell you, because for hard copy books, I can easily navigate my way through. Like, I can check the front cover, I can feel how it is like, I can feel the texture of the book, I can see the overall appearance of the design, I can get to read more about the book at the back. That's the blurb, and that way can help me make better decisions as to buying the book or not. So that's just the way it is like. So there are different type of readers. For some readers, they would buy the book even after they've read about the book and about the author. They'll go ahead and buy the book. But when they start, they will always want to go to the introduction first. They feel that there it contains every information that they need to know ahead of time. So if it is not fascinating enough, they would not want to go ahead and read. So they'll just keep the book aside and pick up the next one. So your introduction, if you are going to be including one at all, should set the tone for your book's message. And your introduction page is like being set small chops in a dinner party before the real dinner itself. Oh my god. One thing, I don't know, I just get excited with this particular ebook of mine, because the way I wrote it, oh my god, I wrote it in a conversational kind of, it's very illustrative. In fact, there was a story. If you by the time you get your copy, you're going to read a story about a family, a man and a woman that named their child, because it started from book titling, the title page, subtitle, and just a little simple sentences about this major part of the manuscript. And I used a family and a guy in the family, and so at every point in time, I would always refer back to that family. I'll always refer back to that guy and his name, just to continue or to better explain each of the parts of the manuscript. And so here I said that the introduction page is like being served small chops in a dinner party before the real dinner itself. And that's the way it happens, right? When you go for events now, physical events, and then you go to the reception, you're going to be served item 7 period, you get to be served something first ahead of time before the main meal itself. So that's just the way introduction is. So that peripheral meal, that small chops, all those small little things I get to eat in preparation for the main meal itself, is the introduction. So that's the way the introduction is like. You don't want to serve your main meal before the small chops, you understand? So you want to do the small chops first, then the main meal, you understand? So that's like an appetizer. So that's the way the introduction page is. So it's just to welcome them, and just hint on one or two things that they should look forward to reading or gaining from the book. And the introduction page is where you whet, like I said, it's an appetizer. It's where you whet the appetite of your reader by slowly and gradually introducing or welcoming them into the main message of your book. That is what the introduction is all about. And if peradventure your book is into parts, like that section, let's say 3 section, maybe it's a 3-part book, that section A, B, and C, or part 1, 2, and 3 inside of it, you can also want to tell them so that the book is into parts. Okay, this first part talks about this, the second part talks about this, the concluding part is in this the concluding side of the story is in this part, you understand? So they're like, okay, so this book is in part, so that means I'm going to read this book now. This is the way I will plan my time. Okay, so that means I would read each part in a week. First part in 1 week, second part in 1 week, like that, that's just to help them with their reading plan, isn't it? So those are part of the things that you can do with your introduction page. And of course, you have to keep it concise, you have to keep it simple, you have to keep it short. You don't want something too long, like I said, because it's not really the main message. So if it gets too long, then because it becomes boring already, and whoever wants to read the book wants to jump out of that page and go straight dive into chapter 1 and start consuming the content of the book already. So you don't want to make it too lengthy, you don't want to make it too much, you don't want to make it too long. Okay, so you want to make it simple and short and concise as well. And also in the book writing, in this my ebook book writing formula, there are templates to writing the introduction page for a fiction book, as well as writing the introduction page for a non-fiction book that you can always follow, as well as you also have a list of the things that you need to include in your introduction page and how it is meant to come. For example, now there are different ingredients, or let me say different things that makes up the introduction page. So for every introduction page that you see, it should have a hook. It should have a hook, something that would hook or entice. It's just like the, I don't know what it's called now, the bait and the hook, fishing hook. Yes, so you should have something that would entice them and hold the reader down to want to read your book. So you should have the hook, you should have the context. The context of the book should be defined in the introduction, and there should also be the scope. You should have an objective. You must also make mention of your audience right there in your while writing your introduction. And also there should be chapter preview, like I mentioned earlier, that if your book is in parts or is in sections, you want to mention it there, that this whole idea or this whole concept are divided into 3 parts, this and that. So you want to do that as well too. And also the impact, what is in it for English is that, man. What is the need for your audience? Okay, what is in the book for your audience? What is the need for them? You understand? So you want to be able to just chip in those few points as to what is the need for them. Okay, so and it also has to, the length and like I said, it must be concise and it must not be too lengthy. Okay, what are you writing? Are you writing 3-page introduction? Why? What is it? Is it an academic book? It's not. So please make it short, make it simple, and make it concise. Yeah, so that's just about that. And tomorrow I'll be sharing excerpt from the next chapter. Like I said, this particular ebook is very short, it's straight to the point. The only thing that looks like something extra is the template, and the templates are very, very important, because the reason why I had to add the template is because I feel that I have seen it not once, not twice, where people will say, you tell them, sorry, go and add your dedication. They're like, sorry, dedication page, what is it like? What does it mean? And these days where laziness is everywhere, people cannot even Google things themselves, like to check. I remember when somebody was asking me yesterday, and of course I'm not a data vendor, so I was going to get data for a line, and I don't know, I'm not used to all these network providers. There are different numbers now, like the 070 stuff that we know, or sorry, 070 and 080. I don't know much more than that. This person was asking me that, oh, what network is this? I'm like, I don't know. But then I wasn't expecting that question, because number one, this is somebody that is into the business and is asking me, the buyer, that what network, and it is not my line. I'm buying for somebody I don't know too, and it's not even a common number I know, like my own. So I don't know. So I'm like, why asking? Like, you should know better. You understand? And because already I had bought from somebody else before now, and they did not ask me for a network. So I was like, what's this? So I just did not want to be. I was like, I would have said, please, can you please search or check for me, because I don't know. But then I made the person know that I did not know. But immediately I went to Google and I checked. In less than 1 minute, I got my answer and I replied back that the number is MTN. So people can be very lazy sometimes to want to read up, and so this is where book writing formula comes in. Like immediately you can always, even while writing, you can always bring it back handy again. You're like, okay, fine, I think, yeah, you go to your table of content, you search for it, oh, templates to this and that, then you go through it again. It refreshes your brain. You're like, okay, fine, I think I know what to write now, I know how to write, I know what to do, and things like that. So this book writing formula is a very, very important and essential guide that has been written to help authors and aspiring authors not just write their manuscripts alone, but complete their manuscript. Because like I said, it is one thing to write your manuscript, it is another thing to complete your manuscript. Most times many people do think they have written their manuscript, but to be sincere with you guys, to be honest, the manuscript is not complete. And so one of the things that we do at Popcode Publishing is that before we work on any manuscript, we go through it, we vet it, and then we tell you, we give a feedback, and our feedback time is very, very fast to tell you that, sorry, these are the essential parts, well done, or thank you for compiling your manuscript, but these parts and these parts are missing, kindly include them and send again. So those are the things that we do. And if peradventure anybody will now be coming after now to say, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know what this is, then they would have to get a copy of book writing formula to learn how it is and what exactly it is like. So it's very, very important that you understand these essential parts, because it can be very overwhelming when you send your manuscript to your publisher, and maybe they do not even have the time that we have, as much as we have rather at Purple Publishing, to say, okay, fine, you have done this, but remaining this, add that, and they just reject your manuscripts like that with some reasons that front matter or body matter or back matter is not complete. And you're like, what is front matter, what is to you, you'd be like, their own is even too much, what is all this gra? But the truth of the matter is, they are saying the truth, but they are saying it in a language that you do not understand. And so because of that, you're like, no, I'm not going to work with them again, I'll work with somebody else. And maybe on working with somebody else, or your editor now notices and like saying, sorry, don't you have an introduction, don't you think we need to put one? And depending on the pay that you have made to your editor will determine if they will be willing to do more. Exactly. So if you did not pay them well, they might not want to go the extra mile, because adding more page to what you have given them before will mean extra charges, right, since they charge per page or per word. So things like that. So it's always very important. And also to when you write and complete your manuscript before sending it to the editor, in fact, you are the one who is you are gaining more. It's like bonus to you. Because the reason why I'm saying this is that I've seen cases where authors send their book to their editor to help them edit the book, and later they will now remember that they especially when they now go to meet the cover designer, and they want a paperback cover design, they now be like, and the designer is asking for the about the book and about it, like, sorry, okay, they'll say, okay, I will get back to you, because they were not expecting it that you will ask them. Then they will now go for like some 1 day, some 2, some can take a week. You say, sorry, I'm sorry, I've been busy, it's work. It's not work. It's not work. You will come back and send you some write-up on WhatsApp, like, what is this? In fact, the one that is even funny is when you now check about the author. Oh my god, you see what they will be writing, like, how I wish this author can know that there is more to what they have written here than they have written. Like, they should pay more attention to this thing. But because we are not aware that their book should have about the book or about the author, because they don't know all of these things, and because if you have not written it to send it to your author, your editor, they will not be able to do the editing alongside. Do you understand? So that means if you have to go back to them to help you correct your grammar or whatever, they will have to charge you separately and say, do you remember that I charged you based on this? Now that you're adding extra pages to it, this is your new bill. You understand? So it's always very important that you save yourself the stress, time, and resources, that's money, while you're writing or preparing your manuscript. Make sure it is complete. Put everything there. Then now carry it and go and give it to your editor. Include your about the author, include the about the book, include your dedication page, include your acknowledgement page, include your introduction. Write everything that you know, all the grammar, put it there for them, then give it to them, and you people should negotiate so that they can help you go through your grammar, because see, your cover designer is not an editor. Some of you that like to say, please let me check the grammar. you are playing. You are playing. Seriously, you are playing. You're joking. Because it's not, like I said, most times most authors like to shift responsibility. What they ought to do themselves, they will shift responsibility on their book service professionals, but some of them might not be the best of the best or the best in position to do that thing well. So when you're telling your cover designer to help you to edit your about the book and about the author, are you not doing yourself? So it's very important that you inform, you put everything together and make sure that your manuscript is complete at first, so that even when you are done doing that and submit your manuscript to your editor, you can quickly tell them that, sorry, I'll be sending my manuscript over to my I'll be sending, or I'll be notifying my cover designer that I'll be working soon on a cover design. Kindly help me go through the about the author and about the book first, so that I have something to send to them. And your editor will take note and they will start probably from there, so that they can have something to send over to your cover designer, rather than you saying your cover designer should be the ones to be editing about the book and about the author. I believe that we have learned something today, and I believe that you are getting value from today's excerpt. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. To everybody that have been pre-ordering any of the 5 books, I want to say a big thank you to you. So people that have always been tuning in with me by 2 p.m. to watch my live video for my book relaunch series, I want to say a big thank you to you. To people that have been sharing this live broadcast for other people to learn as well, this is me saying a big thank you to you. And of course, by October 31st, pre-order for all of my 5 ebooks are going to end, and the book will be launched first week of November. And of course, the price is going to change from 1,000 to 2,500 naira with all the bonuses gone. And of course, you don't expect it to come back again. All right, so thank you so much, everyone. Make sure to get your own copy. The link to pre-order is attached to this particular video, so you can just want to go and check it right on sale. And for now, there are no extra charge. Yeah, so if you are buying from me, you are pre-ordering now, no extra charge. 1k is 1k and nothing more, nothing less. All right, so I come your way again tomorrow. I remain Oluwabori. All right, see you again next same time tomorrow, 2 p.m. Bye.